Canva account, and it has this copy of a sample. So all you do is click the use template, and then it's going to open it right up for you in Canva. And poof, voila, there's a couple of examples. There's the one-on-one and the ones that we're talking about, the template sample that you saw. Get yours now, all that jazz. Okay, so then it's super simple to go ahead and edit these out. And the reason I have them as a template is that you want the writing to kind of stay here in the middle, because the pieces that are in the middle are what's going to show in the Clubhouse room. So these are specifically sized to make sure that the words that are here are in the Clubhouse room. And then I've done this one most recently, and I've used it a couple of times. I'm going to show you one that is out right now. This is our growth and bio workshop. We did it. See, this is the template, right? And then what I did was I edited that last one and added in some different graphics, changed out the words, and you can change out the fonts and everything. And we did a wait list first. And now we've just changed over to the registration is now open. So now we've got this one, and that's going to be coming up in just over a week. It's going to be coming up. I'm already looking at what's going to be the next one. So I have another workshop planned with another creator or another, yeah, actually she's a creator, but it's not going to be about Clubhouse or Canva. It's actually be about our lives. My husband has the joy of having me as his personal carer, and this other woman is doing the same thing. She's doing personal care for her husband, and we're going to do a workshop all around keeping the care in caring. And that's the personal care, the caring for yourself, and also it is the loving part of the relationship, because when you're taking care of your spouse, sometimes it can become more about the caregiving and less about the caring. And it's just, that's a matter of fact. You have to kind of shut some things down in order to do some of the things that you need to do. And we want to make sure that you keep the love happening. I'm 12 years in, and we still love one another today more than we did when we began our marriage 13 years ago. So that is a little promo. So I thought I would work on the graphics for that, because I'm going to need them. That's why I was doing the template. So I was like, this is perfect. All right. So let me get on over there, and I will walk you through how I do that. Okay. All right. While she's answering that question in the chat, I will mute the room there. Okay. So okay. So I am going to use this same format down here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete. First, I'm going to rename it, right? So let's go to the copy. Oh, there we go. Copy of a copy. Coming back here. Okay, so this is the template that just opened. Template test squares, and you can test them in the rooms. I'm going to go ahead with this one here. I'm also going to create one here. So, because it is going to be a live Zoom workshop, and it's going to be presented by two of us. So I'll want to put both of us on here, which means I think I'm going to pull these. I clicked on this circle, I clicked on this rectangle. Go ahead and grab all of these. I'm going to move it into the middle here. So I know it's the middle because it tells me when I get the solid line. That's the middle of the whole thing. Okay. And I'm going to take off the AKA because we got to put both names on there. I'm going to make this one a little bit smaller, right? And then I'll be putting Darlene, my co-host, over on this other side. And the price for this one I'm changing. Okay, for those listening in the room, you'll be able to jump in. I am on the, whoops. Okay, so I've added the 4 and it made it too big. So I'm just going to pull it over. Voila. Change that size. So make sure it fits. Okay, pulled it over a little bit more. And that just reset it so I could readjust it. Now I can readjust this. And since I've got all that selected, I'm going to just select this item in the background to add it to it. And then I'm going to group it. And now I'm going to make that smaller because we're going to be making room for our other person's photo there, which I don't have yet. So I will put a second one of me in here just to give you the example. We're going to go ahead and flip that one, flip it, and then we can pull me over here. So the second person will be over here. We'll have the two peoples. Let's uncover the scarf, have it show a little more all the way. Okay. I think I should do a one with me, myself, and I. What do you think? I'll do a workshop and be the everything. I'm going to go ahead and send that to the back, position it all the way to the back. Okay, Zoom, limited seats, that's fine. You could put the pricing down over here so we each got like one thing on our thing. That could work. Sign up here. We're going to change this out to keeping the care in caregiving. Might change it. Let me know if you guys think that's a good name. Keeping, yeah. Okay, so we'll probably change I might leave that pink for now, but we'll probably change these colors up because I'll find out like what her color is, and we'll go with that. So let's pretend for now her color's like this green. I don't like that because it's lightened. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come over here and take the lightened transparency off so we have more of the green and less of the other stuff coming through. So that's going to be right there like that. And I think I just don't like this with that. So let's go and see what we can find for a color there that I do like maybe with that. Yeah. Green. Or we can go all with the blue and green. I like kind of like that. Kind of liking that. Kind of liking that. Live Zoom workshops. I think I'm going to go with the bright yellow. I don't know if I can find the bright yellow here. Let me see. Go back to this color. That's not a bright yellow, but it'll work for now. Okay. So we can put my name over here. And then I'm going to hold down the Option key and pull. And that does a copy. I'm going to hold down the Shift key. And that allows me to drag it over without having to worry about it not being aligned. Okay, so then I'm going to let go of both, or let go of the mouse first and then the keys on the keyboard. I'm going to mute to cough, which I've just done. Muted to cough. All right. And let me get back into my item that I was working on. Okay, Zoom, limited seats, live Zoom workshops, because I want that center of the page. Now you see how it's centering it with those items, and it tells me that it's lined up well with the with something. But what I want to do is actually center it center of page, but at the top, where it is. So I'm going to go here to these three dots, and I'm going to do position, and I'm going to do, I believe, align to page center. There we go, and that will move it over if it needed to be. We couldn't see because it was behind it. I'm just trusting that it is done what it needs to do, which I don't think it moved much. Okay, so there we go. Got that one center. Sign up here. I think we're going to go all with that yellow. So we'll go back up here to the letters, make them the yellow. And I'm not seeing the change everything. Is that because it's actually just below? Yep, there we go. So we're going to change all of the greens to this yellow. So that did all the lettering. Now I want to do the items that are not lettering. You have to do them each separately. So I'm going to go here and grab just that. There we go. We have just the item. We're going to edit. We're going to make it that yellow. And we're going to change all, and it should change all the items. Yep, to the yellow. Boom. Ba-da-dum. I want this font to be a little more like caregiving, a little softer, since we're talking about love and all that. I'm going to make this arrow a little bit smaller, pull it on down so that we can, there we go. And I want to find a font that's maybe not quite so sharp and with handwriting. You can choose the type here, so then it brings up a list of all the items that are handwriting. And we're going to try a couple, and that's no, not even close. Maybe. I think it's a little bit too dark. You want to make sure it's still legible, and sometimes they're not as legible, right? Pony Club is actually one of my favorites. I think we might go with that. So we're going to make sure it's centered of the page, because that's going to best show up in Clubhouse. Okay. And we already have a date set and everything. So I think the Zoom, I'm going to go with putting those items. I'm going to actually shrink that down quite a bit. Go over here, put that lid seats over here. Okay, I'm not too worried that it doesn't show up well, but we can add an effects on there that will lift it up off the page a little bit. And if you increase the intensity, you'll see it just kind of gives it a little lift. So I'm going to do that with the limited seats. I had to do them separately. Okay, so it basically allows you to put that over a little bit of busyness behind it and brings it out so that you can read the font a little bit better, read the text. Okay, and so what I'm thinking is on the other side, we're going to do a similar thing here, which is going to have the date in it. So I'm going to copy this item, and then I'm going to paste it, and then I'm going to pull it on over to the other side. So you notice that I did that differently than I did the last one, which was the option. I want to show you different ways. Okay, so I have it here, and we're actually going to have an early bird price which we'll announce in the rooms. It's going to be $27. But we're not going to put that on a poster. So it's going to be November. I think we'll put the time in there. So 7 p.m. Oops, Eastern, EST. Like that. I'm not too worried about that because I'm going to grab all of that. I'm going to make it smaller first. So that all's going to fit. And then what I'm going to do is ungroup. So the 3 dots, ungroup. Now I'm going to let go of this and I can go ahead and grab this to put the second in there. And I want to make this smaller. Select all of that, make it smaller. You could do all this like one piece at a time, or you could like start a whole new box. I just go ahead and play around with it and make sure it works like that. Okay, so now I'm making this box smaller by just clicking and dragging, and then I can go ahead and pull this down and pull that down there and put the 7 p.m. Eastern. So now you see what has happened though is our item here has gotten all pulled out of shape. So now I'm going to actually grab that and delete it. All I did was delete the back item. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to ungroup, right? Because I just want to grab item here. And I'm going to copy that now. No, I'm going to use the option. I'm going to hold down the option and I'm going to drag. And I'm going to hold down the sheet and keep on a dragging. So now I know it's right where I want it. And then I'm watching for the guides to see what it does. We're going to pop it right there. And then now we can move this around. So second, I kind of like the way it just wraps around there. It's my kind of fun. Right, put the time up so that it's a little easier. And we're going to actually start at 6:30 with gathering. I put 6:30 on the poster because we're going to start actual content 7. So if people can't come early, they'll be able to jump in at 7. They'll miss the meet and greet time, which is a bonus for coming early. And that will be in the email that we put out. Okay, so is our item that's going to go for we're doing. Now, I'm going to delete these other ones because what I want to do next is, and I'm deleting its template, right? Like we didn't use them. Nope, this one I don't delete. Okay. I'm going to actually make a copy. I'll just delete this because we can get it again anyway. We'll just delete it. I can grab it with it clicking on that template again, right? Because I still have that where I got my notification, right? I got my notification here. Oops, not here, wherever it is. Here we go. I can click on this again and again and use it over and over and over again. So you'll want to go ahead and save that page or just go ahead and save the link that's here. You can save that as a link. Okay, so I have deleted everything except the one that we're working on first. And this is going to be Darlene at Lady Darlene. So we're going to have to move that over or make it smaller. MDiv, I think, is hers. And that is her Facebook. And there. Oh no. What are you not seeing? Okay. Oops, seems like one of your streams is having connection issues. Stand by, we're trying to restore the connection. That is what's being said. Okay. To restore the connection. Let me know when you see keeping the care in caregiving. Hopefully it's going to come back. Yay. Uh-oh. And it just came up again. We may be having connection issues. It sounds like it could be going back and forth. Okay, so I will just walk through it and trust that I can grab the actual video from somewhere else for the YouTube channel. It's going to keep disconnecting. This is tech. This is tech. This is live. Okay, I think we're live. I think we're good, but we'll see. I'll let you know. Okay, so I have everything here that I want. That a little bit smaller. All right. I could pull that back up over here. Make that. Nope. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna undo that. Go right back to where it was. Pull it out a little bit. Okay. Okay, good. Cool. All right. So this is who it's by. Got both of us in there. I'll check to make sure that this Lady Darlene is actually correct. Let's do that. Let's go to facebook.me Lady Darlene div. That is not the right one. And okay, so that's not the right one, and I can't find it. Let me go in here. Darlene, there we go. Thorn. Lady Darlene, we go. See? Yep, that's her public figure page. Okay, so that's what I need is at Lady Darlene Thorn. Let me grab that. Let me copy it. Go on over here and change that by putting it there. Okay. Now I'm going to just make it the font a little bit smaller because we've run out of spaces. And that was just down one. So, but let's go down to 24. We'll take this font down to 24. And we've got the same size across. Now we can attach them. And I could have put hers right so that I had the same. But I decided to just do it this way. Okay. All right, now I can group these together, right? And that way I can move it as a whole. Change it up, move it around, whatever I'd like to do. Okay, so there we go. That's who's going to be doing it. We're going to have her over here. I'll get a photo from her. And I want to test it out in Clubhouse for one. So I'm going to go ahead and download this to my computer and then pull it on over. I would rename it. completed. There we go. Oh, okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and send that on to, I'm going to share it by airdropping it to my phone. Okay, so airdrop it to my phone. Done. But what I'm really is, I'm going to grab it as my profile page here. Let me grab that. I'm clicking on my phone. You guys can't see this on YouTube. I just want to test this to see what it's going to look like. Okay, so it's actually looking pretty good. The square that I'm going to see is, let me show you. I'm going to put a square on here just so you can see what part is going to show up. And all I did was put it in and look at it as a square in my photos, because I know that that middle square is what's going to show up. So let me take the elements here, and we're going to get just a open frame, or I could actually just do a square. Do this square, and I'll show you what's going to show up, and then I will. Okay, so if we go, it's about to there. Yep, probably if I just do it this way, it's going to be exactly what's showing up. Yeah, so now, lighten that up so you can see. Right, we're going to take that color right down. All right, so you can kind of see that's what's going to show up within Clubhouse. So they're easily going to see this is what it is. You sign up here, it's a live Zoom workshop, right? It doesn't matter if they see the rest of it. They're going to see the rest of it when they get to a link, or if they're in Facebook or other places where we're going to share it, they'll see the thing. And also on our like advertisement page. So cool. Delete that now. Now we're going to do the resize, which is a paid version. Lisa, I'm going to go email header, and I'm going to copy and resize because we don't want to lose what we already have. But if you were done with it and you had all the copies of it you needed and you didn't want to create a new one, you could just resize it. But I'm going to size. And then what it's going to do is it's going to give it to me in a little bit different format. Okay, so now as you can see, there are some things that are still loading. This probably could be left almost just as is. We wouldn't really have to change a whole lot. However, we could move our photos over, making, a little more space. We could move them right on over into the corner like this. And then make sure that we're full here. So we'll do the same thing, move it on over right into the corner. Expose all of our arm on that side. And we can grab the items. I'm holding Shift key, I'm clicking on other items. I'm going to go ahead and grab it all. Got it grouped together without hitting group, but I can go ahead and change the size. Right, same here. I can grab all of these, and I can group them if I want to keep changing it, keep moving things around. So I'm going to go up with this one. And actually for this one, we probably don't need the pricing on it, but while I'm here, I'm going to make one as a banner, a website, which is going to be this one. And then I'll show you what I take off for the one. And then this, I can make that bigger. Want to make sure you grab it so that you've got yours, because that moves it out and enlarges it. If you grab it here, it just makes the box longer. It doesn't change the size of the font. So you want to grab the corner that way. Okay. I'm going to ungroup that for a minute. And the reason I'm ungrouping it is because what I want to do here is make sure each of these boxes is just the size of the text. The reason for that is in going ahead to center it, I want to make sure that we're centering it well. Okay, so I'm going to move this item over. So click on it and then hit my arrow to move it over. Okay, so that spacing is better. Click and grab both those, group it again, which is a Command G, and move that to the middle. Okay. And on this one, I may put the early bird. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this and that. Hold down the Option key, pull it on over. Okay. So we're popping that on over here, using the guides to help us. Now this one here, see, this is where it would have been good to have previously grouped this. I'm going to group it again. I'm going to make it smaller. And I'm going to pop it on back down here. Okay. Or what I might do is actually grab that and Option copy that using the Shift key to keep it in this area. Okay. And then we can put number second there. Go the other way around. And PM EST. Just good enough so that it covers. Okay. And I'm going to undo what we just did because that did not work. We're going to ungroup it. Okay. Now, when we ungroup it, tap off of there to get off of it, and then pull this. And now you can add the EST. And now you can grab this one. What it did before was it made both of the boxes bigger, and it put one behind the other because of the spacing. So we didn't want that. We want this. And then here, we want November. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to pull it back over here. So you can kind of use your guides, let them help you. I'm going to do the effects here to lift this off because that lift was good. Pull the lift all the way over. And there we go. We can take this completely off. All right. So what do y'all think? So early bird. They're both going to be US dollars. I'm going to move this down here. Make it a little smaller. And I'm going to change this price to 27 for the early bird. I just typed a T to get that. All right, early bird pricing. There we go. When early bird is done, we will take that off of there. I may add some more stuff, but there'll be more information too. But it gives you an idea. Okay, so now I'm going to duplicate this and make the one that's going to go for our, need that, and we don't need that. We still want, taking all these things off, we still want, just flirt and watching where it automatically shows up there. Okay. Zoom, limited seats. And I'm going to put welcome. Because at this point, you're all signed up. you soon. Okay. I'm just going to pull that over here and pop it up there. We're going to move this down into the middle of the circle. And you can tell it's the circle because see how here it gives you all the way across. And then as I come down, it's lining it up with other things, but I want it to only be the circle. So when I get it inside the circle, all of the guidelines are inside the circle and I still have the strong up and down. I'm right where I want to be. The other way to do that is to go ahead and grab this item, go on up here to position, and you would do middle and center, and that's going to position it. You can see they're already there, so it's already been done. Okay. We're going to go ahead and grab this. What else might I want to say? Option. Click on it, hit option, start moving it, then hit the space key and pull it on over. That seems to be the key we're learning today. Okay. Watch your emails for details. It's going to be in their email, but I still want them to get that from me. And I want to kind of center this between these two items. I didn't really like it centered where it was. So, all right. Ta-da. And all I have to do is get Darlene's picture and pop it in here instead of mine. And I have our main graphics done for our email banner, for the banner on site, which all I'm probably going to do for the banner on our website, because it may be a little wider, is go ahead and add some blue on each side. But we'll see. I might go with this. It may work. I'll probably switch early bird in the regular price here and put dates when they end and things like that on there. But in general, that is that. Y'all for coming for today's presentation. And I'm going to go ahead and end this live and answer any questions over in Zoom.